This High Time Reviews. We not back for a long time, but we definitely here for a high time. Look, this Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 7, Episode 3, Family Business. So we start off with Sam in Egypt. And, you know, she walks in and he's fake producing or whatever it is that he doing. And, you know, she comes in just to start, and they start a casual conversation about the tour or whatever. You know, basically Egypt's like, oh, I wish you could come. Sam's like, I wish I could come. You know, it's not going to be the same without me. Woody, woody. Sam, calm down. She ain't even left yet, and you making her feel bad about leaving. And he like, you know, you got to be extra careful because, you know, you're pregnant now. And plus, I don't want you going out there all busty, you know. Of course, you know, Egypt, she's getting them titties because she knows she's pregnant. So they look good. So she's like, of course I'm going to be busty, blah, 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 blah. And he like, you know, plus the groupies are going to be out there. And they're going to be screaming from the crowd like, oh my God, I have a job. Oh my God, I'm not an opportunist. I said it's a damn shame that Sam knows exactly how we perceive him on TV. And is completely okay with it. I don't really talk about shit for real because, again, I would be very okay with them not being on the show. Like, the relationship screams controlling, abusive, behind the scenes. Like, truth be told, I feel like he might be beating Pepper too. Like, he done probably smacked both of them. So, while she gone, he's thinking about opening, like, a food truck. But, like, high-profile snow cones or some shit. Whole time, Pepper paid for it as well. Because, Sam, you don't have no money. You don't have no job. You don't do shit. So, clearly Pepper paid for it. Like, all right, so we in the studio. We got JoJo and Lil E. More songs we never gonna hear again because, like I said, they always do this on these shows and they have songs that we never hear. JoJo's talking about working on that album. We're not about to hear it. Like, I mean, I probably feel like I could look him up on Apple Music or Tidal and probably find some shit that he did. But it's like, where these projects be coming from? And on top of that, why y'all always fake doing music on the show? I get it. I mean, that's like the whole concept of the show. But it's like, bro, some of y'all not even musicians and y'all doing it to be on the show. So he tries to get the easy feature. He gets the easy feature or whatever. And, you know, they chilling in the lab or whatever. And then Lazy come through. And Lazy, you know, they play the song for Lazy or whatever. And he fuck with the vibe. So he recalls the conversation he had with Tretch about having the whole function with the kids and shit and utilizing their talents in a big ass talent show or whatever. So he basically said to them, maybe we should incorporate, you know, what y'all doing with a couple of aisle shows as far as like Bone Thugs or whatever, and then incorporate it with Tretch shit. So then at the end of the day, we can just have everybody together. So he like, who you got on the roster for us performing? He like, well, I got JoJo. You know, I got Lil Run. And then he like, I got Lil Easy. I'm like, so basically, nobody, because you just got them and they don't even have nothing ready for real. So they basically like, of course they had to switch it up and basically be messy. So they like, oh yeah, when we gonna get Sequoia to perform?
I think Sequoia feel like we was tipping around behind, like without saying we wasn't upfront and honest. Me being her mentor, she being my mentee. Probably, it may feel like it might affect some of the business that we do.
I sure thought baby girl knew.
I thought everybody knew.
Nigga. Messy. So in my mind, I'm like, they just wanted to open that dialogue for them to ask him about Sequoia and Tiny, honestly. So he like, you know, shit is rocky right now. He like, I'm just trying to have a conversation with her, you know, considering she was my mentee. I probably made her feel bad because she think like it might affect the business if I'm fucking with her mother or whatever. Listen, the thing is, Lazy thought everybody knew for real. And that's the crazy thing, because it would be wild if she was the only one who didn't know. So And again, I think considering the fact that the mother is grown, Lazy is grown, and Sequoia is just grown. Like, they don't need to have no conversation about what the mother's doing. If she know her mother and her father not together, what difference do it make? She don't stay in the same house. They not together. They not claiming each other right now. It's just too much anger in the circle for nothing. Like, Sequoia is just stirring this pot for real. Next scene you got, I mean, I guess it's the lead up to the tour, because you got Pepper, Egypt, and her crew or whatever getting off the tour bus. So they going into the arena. You know, so they seeing the place out. You know, Egypt is basically telling her, like, you know, it's a lot going on in here. It was raining outside. I ain't had no umbrella. Her fucking makeup and shit was fucking smeared. But here's my thing. You're not about to go on right now. So just calm down. I'm sure you got a glamour. The next scene, we in this little hole in the wall casino. Well, it ain't a hole in the wall because it's pretty nice for real. But the scene is Easy and some other guy. And then JoJo come in, and it's like Easy basically be ducked off hiding at this casino instead of going home for real. That's all to it. He basically be ducking Aaliyah and going to the casino. And JoJo like, look, how did your wife feel about you already?
When I get away, this is my Vegas close to home and my stress reliever from life.
I know what you're saying. What's going on, though? That you need a stress relief.
A little bit of everything. Normal stuff, bro. You know what I mean? Just relieve stress. But, you know, dealing with Kaya, the business, my brand, kids, married life.
Oh, I know.
You need something to sit here, relieve yourself, or you go crazy.
Like, I'm here every day. The fucking people at the fucking concession stand know the man. The fucking blackjack dealer know the man. Like, it was just crazy. Like, and they know him by first name.
Man, when I'm out on the road,
They all know you here.
Yeah.
Even the lady making the chicken fingers. She said, "Oh, Eric's here."
yeah, it's my family. Like,
He's definitely there every day. He just feel like if it's his version of a hobby, it ain't that bad. And then he like, because I have multiple streams of income, it don't really matter if I lose like $1,000 here, $1,000 there, you know, in the casino. But he like, I equate it to like niggas that play video games for real. So he like, this my shit. Like, so, you know, he just don't understand why the wife is basically on his back about it when all he doing is basically just losing a couple of hours, winning a couple of hours. So he look at it like, if he win, that's cool. If I come every day and I win $1,000, I bet I'm taking $1,000 home a day. To end up, I feel like they picked the weirdest venues to have serious conversations. Like, why are y'all having a serious ass conversation about your in-laws in a casino? So Eric basically ends up asking him about the relationship with his wife and her father. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably a good conversation to have, but not in this venue. Because that's a serious conversation about what is the issue with Tanise and her father and why they can't see eye to eye. And why don't he even fuck with JoJo to the point where he came in that party last week and didn't even speak to that man. So, I don't know. JoJo's not a bad guy. Like, we know JoJo not a bad guy. So at the end of the day, it's like, he got to give him a chance. You feel me? And then it's like, he been taking care of your grandkids. He been taking care of your daughter. What's the issue now? So the next thing we got Sequoia, and she on her sappy ass shit. And she like looking at pictures of her father, and being super dramatic. So, of course, JoJo calls. And it's just a perfect opportunity for her to fucking go be a crybaby. Seriously. Because that's all she gonna be, is sit on the phone and cry to her father. She's really mad as shit about the fact that her mother and her father is not together, and her mother is moving on with her life. Let it go, bro. She too old. It's literally annoying at this point. Like, she's too old. So he ends up telling her she looked like her mother. She is like real life mad at her mother. Mad at her mother. So they have a conversation. He like, look, you need to talk to your mother. You know, just be transparent. She think the father hurt like a motherfucker. He probably had a bitch right in the background, right there, in the background. Either a bitch or some motherfucking blah. You know what I mean? Tell her the best thing he could tell her, like, baby, it ain't no sense in stressing about some shit that's out of your hands, out of my hands, out of control, out of everybody's control. Just live your life. So the next scene, we back at the tour. All right, so they doing sound check. They ask her for the music. They hear the song. She do her sound check, and at the end of the joint, it got like a gunshot.
In front of these seats, like being filled, and I'm like, I feel like my vocals are not on point the way I want it to be. What? I'm gonna be like more down and everything.
Yeah, that ending.
No,
What version is that?
And for some odd reason, that gunshot triggers the shit out of Pepper. So Pepper's like, no, we can't do the gunshot. With everything going on in the world, we need to make sure we avoid triggering people in the audience. And we also don't want to, you know, seem like we're encouraging gun violence or whatever the case may be. So she ended up calling Sam, and she like, Sam, did you send, you know, the track you initially sent me didn't have the gunshot? And Sam like, well, are you questioning my judgment? Blah, 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 blah. And like I said, he must be slapping both of them around, because Pepper is sitting up there crying like, you know, no, I'm not questioning your work, but I swear the track you sent me didn't have a gunshot in it. So here's my thing, bro. What the fuck do Sam got on this family, bro? Sam must know something about this family that don't nobody else know, because he moved like he in control of this whole shit for real. So he ends up basically telling them, this is what the whole shit boils down to. They can't change it because it's one set track, so they can't go in and edit it because of how he sent it to them. He ends up telling them that he accidentally sent the wrong. He ain't sent the wrong track. He ain't sent the wrong track. And the thing is, Egypt sitting up there defending him as if she remember which track he sent. Egypt like, he ain't sent the wrong track. You're only saying that because it's Sam who produced the track, so you don't want it to look like he did nothing fucked up when he actually did. So, and it's the arrogance of him to say to Pepper, like, if you're questioning me, my work, you're going to have to pay me. What? Nigga, she's paying for your whole life. Your whole fucking life, you bum. Like, how you going to sit there and say to that lady, like, you're going to have to pay me if you're questioning my judgment on the fucking production of the track after you said you wanted me to make these changes and these changes to the track. Sam, get the fuck out of here, bro. So when it all boils down to it, Sam ends up sending them another track, but it may not be the same track that Egypt practiced to. So it could be like fucked up. Like her cue could be off, her fucking vocals could be off. Mind you, her vocals is off regardless. It's not gonna matter. So, but the track could definitely make a difference in whether or not her performance go well. So they gonna figure out a way to try to compare and contrast the two tracks and make sure that the edit come out decent enough for her to perform it the original way she practiced it. Sam real live think he is like Lorianne Gibson mixed with Puff Daddy, mixed with Russell Simmons, mixed with Jay-Z, mixed with, I don't even know, because he just be giving out advice as if he been in the game and like he be spinning sales or spinning records. She talking about he been managing her since they met. And where have you been, Egypt? This is your first tour, and it's because your mother put you on. What did Sam do for you? What did Sam do for you? Do you have projects? Can I look you up on Tidal? Because like I said, I probably can look JoJo up on Tidal or Apple Music and probably find something. Now, can I look you up? No. But whatever. All right, so we in the next scene. We got Eazy-E picking up the kids. The two kids, they just younger kids. So I guess picking them up from school or the bus stop or whatever the case may be. So they all in the car. And he get a business call. He tell the kids chill. Tell me why the kids just start wilding out. Literally start wilding out. So he finally gets to the house. He drops them off. He tells them like, look, go ahead, but just don't throw y'all shit anywhere. You know, blah, 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 blah. They cut
Do not throw it down, son.
Hey, how was school?
What's going on, babe?
They got this low ass tiny TV in the corner, and I don't know what it was about that caught my attention. I just was like, damn, that's TV small. I feel like for real, this iPad was bigger than that TV they had in the corner right there. But I don't know why it was so small. But aside from that, she basically asked him, like, I called you yesterday, why you ain't answer the phone? He like, look, she like, you need to answer the phone when you're gambling. He like, I don't feel like I need to. He basically is like telling her, like, I'm not answering the phone for you when I'm out. I'm not calling you when I'm out. I see you when I'm home. You got the kids, you got the house. I'm good. I'm paying all the bills. It is what it is. Maybe he's very much old school. So he basically ended up still asking her, like, can I go out again? But she trying to get him to take the daughter to a birthday party. He like, no, you got that. He like, you know you got that? He said, that ain't my problem. He said, that ain't my problem. I'm not doing it. I'm not taking her to the birthday party. I'm not staying here and cooking. Then I'm actually about to go back to the casino tonight. So I'm on my way. You got the kids, you got the house. All right, I'm out. Easy ain't for all this shit. But Easy trying to act like Leah messy, and it's like, nigga, both y'all messy. Because you sat up there and had that conversation with Lazy about Sequoia. You sat up there and blew up Lazy and Tiny Spot last week. You're messy. You and your wife. And now you trying to not be around her. All right, so we back at the concert. Finally, Egypt about to go on. First and foremost, Egypt, if you had to wear them fucking shorts under that skirt, the shit was too small. Shit looked like a little ass girl skirt. Like, I'm talking about like a 12-year-old skirt, because she got her whole asses out, basically. She has on a pair of shorts underneath the skirt. Her whole ass and bottom half of her legs are out. So that dress didn't fit you ever. It's not like you didn't want to wear it because it was a little revealing. It just never fits you ever, because all you had to put on a whole pair of shorts, and then all of that is still hanging out. So she go out there, it's like an arena. So she go out there and she performed. And I mean, the singing parts didn't hit for me. But what did catch my attention was kind of like when she switched her flow up, and then she kind of like rapped a little bit. I was like, all right, cool, I can probably fuck with that. You know? And then they made sure they announced her as the daughter of such and such and such and such, because it's like, you don't want to just have a fucking nobody up there, or have the people thinking it's a nobody. So of course the people receive her well. And like I said, the music was halfway good. And that's it to it. Like, she don't need to sing. I feel like if she want to do anything, she need to be like kind of like a Drake-ish type singer, but she shouldn't try to seriously sing. But her rapping voice and all that shit not bad though. So I think she should probably stick with that if anything. So she had a good performance. The crowd was receptive. But again, I don't know if they knew they was on TV. I mean, they could have did whatever. Who knows? So after the performance, you know, her and Egypt had, Pepper had a conversation in the back, and she just like super appreciative about her putting her on, and you know, and asking her, is she ready? Do she feel like she ready? Is she ready to her? So, you know, she like, girl, I been felt like you was ready. You know, I don't feel like you was never ready. She just feel like I just didn't see the opportunities being provided for you to do what you wanted to do. So I'm like, all right, cool. That was a cute little scene. But that's what I've been waiting for pretty much the whole episode. You got Tiny at home, and Sequoia basically come to her house and basically blatantly disrespect the shit out of her mouth, to the point where I'm just like watching this and I'm just like, how much more of this shit am I going to have to deal with this season? Because you're not about to keep sitting up here acting like your fucking father is saying, when we know his history. We know his history. So you trying to say, like, oh, I'm finally glad you're ready to talk and let's get this over with. And you literally walk in this lady's house with this energy.
Like, why am I hearing stuff from other people about you and Lazy? And then I get to this party and y'all are like with the flirtatious type of vibe. Don't do that.
Wanted a kiss. We were just playing.
You walk in your mother's house as if this fucking Love and Hip Hop and y'all about to have a fight scene. So when it all came down to it, she comes to find out. She was the last person to find out about the whole shit. Her and Lazy been fucking around for 2 years. She don't think she can fuck with it. He's a rapper. She don't like the whole idea of it. She been there, done that. And she like, am I just gonna see y'all around? And she like, you may. She like, that's basically her man. Like, she not about to downplay it for you. She's like, you're acting like you're 12. Like I said, she's been acting like a kid when it came to the situation. It's like, bro, let your mother live, bro. You're worried about her and a nigga. She told her straight up, like, 2 years ago, I left the house. You acted like we were still in the house. Like, so of course, she asked her, oh, did daddy know about your fondness of Lazy? And he like, yeah. Yeah. So she like, so I'm just the last to find out. He like, again, why did we have to tell you? And she's super bothered by it, mind you. She's super bothered by it. Like, and I think she just think that as a kid, she just think that her parents probably just gonna get back together, and they not. And I think the mother broke that to her straight up, and she asked her, and she was like, hell no. She said, hell no, we not gonna get back together. So when it all comes down to it, she basically tries to fire the mother as her manager because she's fucking with Lazy.
I haven't, but maybe I need new management. Because I need management that's going to
Fine. Go seek new management or whatever. Sequoia, I'm trying not to have an issue. Like, I've never in my life had an issue with you. So you think seeking new management is gonna hurt me?
Well, I know that's a bit easy, so I don't know.
She said you basically mixing business and pleasure, and I think I might need new management. So Tiny like, look, fine. She like, fine, because you're trying to hurt me out of whatever weird ass loyalty she got to the father. But it's like, bro, that's your mother too. And she, like I said, she sat there in that lady house and disrespected her. Told her she was moving weird. Told her you're still married. She stepped out. Like, since when do kids worry that much? Like, she don't have no business. That's what it is. She don't have no business. If she just invested in what her mother is doing at her big age and her mother big age, she don't have nothing going on. They might have to get rid of her. At least last year she had the beefing scenes, because this ain't it for me. And honestly, that was the rest of the episode. Like, so we got 2 endings with her beefing with her mother. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't need it. Just make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all for the next video. Sequoia, just let it go.